What's good, everybody? Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Black Mirrors coming at you with another installment of Black Mirrors TV, man, of signs and symbols. We are going to be breaking down none other than Drake, aka Aubrey Drake Graham, all right? He was born October 24th, 1986. He is a Canadian rapper, singer, and actor. He is credited with popularizing R&B sensibilities and hip-hop music. Drake first gained recognition by starring as Jimmy Brooks in the CTV television network teen drama series Degrassi, The Next Generation. From 01 to 08, he began his music career by independently releasing the mixtapes Room for Improvement in 06 and Comeback Season in 07, and So Far Gone in 09, before signing with Young Money Entertainment. Now, that's a little bit of background for y'all who do not know who Drake is, for the newcomers to the platform, and everybody that's pretty much just been living under a rock and don't know who these celebrities are because they got their own lives and their own minds, and they don't get sucked into all of this bull crap that these celebrities are pretty much dishing out. Hey, my hat's off to you. Salute to y'all. Now I want to give a quick shout out to all of the people who will be watching this live replay, and everybody who are moderators for this channel's platform. All right, I'm able to get watch hours again, so I will be putting out videos more consistently. Help your boy out. This is the second time that I'm doing this, man, so let's give it a shot. Now, let's get into these occult signs and symbols with Drake, man. We can clearly see this boy wearing all red. Now, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you need to pay attention to this one right here, because like I show y'all all the time, right? These folks be giving up the blood, all right? These folks be into dark things, man. Like, they have to sacrifice, okay? And it's different from the sacrifices that me and you give than what these folks give. You gotta understand, our world and their world is completely different, ladies and gentlemen. We don't live by these people's rules, man, and they don't live by ours. We got codes and ethics and morals and values that we stand on 10 toes down, and we would never cross to get to where we need to go. A few things like backstabbing, stepping on people's toes to get higher in the hierarchy, whether it's at work or to get a girl or whatever it may be for you. You know what I'm saying? We not cutthroat like these people. These people are cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? They would sacrifice their own mama for a piece of fame. You understand what I'm saying, man? Just remember, Jennifer Hudson did the most. Like, how all your folks die at a barbecue, at a family get together. It was some wild story like that, man. But we're gonna have to break her down too. But just remember, man, he wore all red, and he's worn it a bunch of times, not just once. Now we're going to be coming right here to the leopard cheetah print, and I done already told y'all, man, time and time again, and I'm gonna keep on telling y'all, I don't care if I done made 5 million videos, y'all gonna see the same thing, because I have to burn it into people's brains so that they know, man, that this stuff is not a joke, and they can see the pattern and repetition that these characters continue to do, and then they can start to connect the dots, man. Now, this is for female sexual aggression. An aggressive sexual female, promiscuous, all right? I've been around the block, all right? Why would a male be wearing this attire unless he's giving off the same type of attributes or characteristics of doing the same thing? Now, you got to understand that these folks do male on male things, female on female things, and they go both ways too. You do what you want to do, though. You know what I'm saying? This platform is a judgment-free zone. You come as you are. I don't care if you a Satanist. I don't care if you're part of the community, whatever, man. As long as you got an open mind and you willing to just hear me out. That's all I ask for. I'm not begging you to agree with what I'm telling you. You ain't got to. You can delete all these videos once you're done watching them. I really don't care. But the thing is just to have an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see these things time and time again, like these folks painting their nails, having certain people in their backgrounds of music videos, or them pushing certain agendas with people standing right by them and they shoulder to shoulder with certain peoples and communities and groups. You got to start questioning these things, like what is they really trying to put out there? Because when you are a big artist like Drake or Young Boy and y'all painting y'all face and y'all nails, or you might come out wearing a dress what you think your influence is doing on the generation that's coming up? They gonna think it's cool. Now, don't get me wrong, they may be a straight head busser. You feel me? Ready to lay something down, but in a dress with makeup on and a dress, and it's just like painted nails and all that, bro. But this dude is a stone cold killer. You feel what I'm saying, dog? That's just, it just blows my mind, man, because I don't even get where all this is coming from. Like, why would they even put this out there like that? But they want to put it out there like that because it's all about transhumanism. It's all about transforming. You know, that's where that butterfly monarch comes into play too with the MK Ultra, man, because they have to transform into something different. Like, they can't just stay the same old Drake their whole career. You have to change with the times. You have to get along to be along, because if you don't, you're gonna fall to the wayside. And if painting your nails is the new wave and the thing to do, you better believe me, man, that's what they gonna do, man. And it was said that Drake was saying Lil Yachty put him on to painting the nails. Okay, and I already done broke him down, so I got to spend the block on everybody because I got to restart. So I got to break everybody back down and get everybody acquainted with what's really going on with these folks, man. All right, now he throwing up the 666. He always says that he is the sixth god. Okay, well, we're gonna be getting into that later on in the video. All right, and I need y'all to pay attention to this right now, because when these folks are talking about 666 or the sixth god, you know, the hexagon, I believe, is the shape that is on top of the Saturn. All right, and it has 6 sides to it. All right, and then when you come down into this existence on this plane, you metaphysically crystallize into this form, and it's like up, down, forward, back, and side to side, which equals 6. All right, and you're just pretty much in this Saturn matrix. All right, so if this is who he is worshiping, and this is who he's idolizing more so than anything, then you will begin to understand that. Now, he's wearing all black, just like the cube of Saturn is all black. That's in the middle of the Mecca. All right, just as like the tefillin that the Jews wear on their head. Okay, and you know, once you start seeing this stuff and putting it together and having somebody break it down in a way that that is understandable and relatable to you, then it's going to make sense. All right, it's hard to kind of grasp onto these certain things where people are just talking out their ass pretty much and don't know what they're talking about. All right, this stuff comes with countless of hours of audio footage and all this type of stuff that's been done by your boy. So it's like, I want to point y'all in the right direction. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do, man. If I don't do nothing else for y'all, I just want to point y'all in the right direction. That's it. Now you see him kind of doing like a as above so below with the devil horns or the horned hands. All right, this is also a form of putting a hex or a spell on people. Okay, because when you point this at somebody, like Anton LaVey said, live on national television too, he said this, like, if you point this in a crowd of people, man, and you say your hex or your spell or whatever, you just put everybody under a spell. You know what I'm saying? So it really does make sense why these folks do this at concerts and music videos, because those certain things are like immortalized. You know, I would say the music video is more immortalizing than anything, and stamped in time. You know, a live show is pretty much not as much, because it's like you got to be there, you know, or you can have it on your phone and then you can upload it to the internet or whatever in that way. But a music video would be a great way to do that, or doing an interview, that'd be a great way to do that, because it ain't never going nowhere unless you pay somebody or a bunch of people to scrub it off of the internet. But they don't want that to go nowhere. They want it to stay there so that when it gets watched 1 million times, 2 million times, 1 billion times, that means that that's how many people are under that spell. Okay, and then you see him with the one eye symbolism with the 666 over his eye. All right, he's letting you know that he sold himself to the Saturn god, which is just another fancy word for Satan or Set. All right, you got to understand, these folks are taking things that have been passed down to them. So they living on the shoulders of their ancestors and the people that was in the game before them. You know what I'm saying? Ancestors might not be the right word, but they living off the shoulders of the family members before them, you know, like his dad and, you know, uncles and whoever else was in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how it goes. Like, a lot of this stuff has to do with nepotism too. If you don't know what nepotism, man, if you don't know what nepotism is, it's basically if you are related to somebody in the industry, if your mama was in the industry, your daddy, your uncle, your sister, your brother, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Wayans family. They whole family was in the industry damn near. You know what I mean? Damn near all the brothers and sisters were in the industry. So why would it be hard for you to be a quote unquote star actor or actress when your whole family is in the game? All they got to do is point you to the right people and have you rub shoulders with the right people that could get you in the right spots to get the right role that fits you. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's easy then. And it goes for sports too. It's the same thing in sports, man. Now I wanted to talk about this situation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let you know that these relationships that these folks get into are fake. Like if they didn't come in the game with somebody that they was in high school with or junior high school with all the way up until now, you know, like Kendrick Lamar or somebody like that, man, it's probably gonna be, you know, some fabrication going on with the relationship. And we know what type of women Drake is into, but I'm gonna just say this right now, man. I don't know if this is his child, man, because word around town is that his ex-woman's trainer, fitness trainer or whatever, looks a lot like Adonis. And hey, it's the same thing when it comes to Kevin Gates. His ex-woman's, or they trying to call her estranged now, because, you know, if you on the good side with the you know, industry or whatever, they can make you look like the good person or the bad person. But basically, they saying that his estranged ex-wife is basically had something going on with her fitness trainer too. You know what I mean? Which is like one of the main reasons why they split. Now, this boy don't look nothing like Drake. Get a hard look. Did that boy look like Drake? They got older pictures and videos out of this little kid, Adonis, and it don't look nothing like the mama or the daddy. So I'm just saying, like, what is going on here? We know that Drake has Jewish ties and blood or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it could be, you know, you got people blacker than black, you know what I'm saying, that can have an albino child. It's out there. It happens, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't know about the blonde hair and all this and that, man. That's crazy. You know, his dad, black man, his mom, Caucasian Jew, you know what I'm saying? And if I heard this correctly, if your mom is Jew and your dad is black, then you're still considered a Jew. Now, if your dad was Jew and your mom was black or something like that, then you wouldn't be considered that. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section below, man. But I believe that's how it goes. And you can tell he definitely wants to lean more towards his father's attributes and things of that nature, and keep that core audience, you know, to be able to have that core audience or whatever and fans. But he's definitely using his Jewish ties and bloodline and things of that nature to get to where he's at. All right, like, let's not be fooled. Now, his friend Fifth, man, rest in peace. If y'all remember this story right here, this is going to tie back into why I believe when they wear red is a symbol of blood sacrifice, human sacrifice, man, and blood rituals that these folks are into, okay? Because when his friend Fifth died, it was horrific, man. It was something straight out of a novel. It was something straight out of a movie, man. Like, you don't see stuff like this in your everyday life, you know what I mean? And it was so crazy for it to happen because it got caught on CCTV, man. And dog, when I say y'all just got to go see it for yourself, it's so graphic I couldn't even show it on here, okay? But that's why I believe that these folks be sacrificing people. You know, he attended the funeral and all that, but hey, put two and two together, man. That's all I would say. All right, rest in peace, Fifth, man. Now, we all know what happened when he got into it with Kendrick Lamar and how bad he went out, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know what? Since I ain't win the rap battle, man, I'm finna go at UMG, Universal Music Group, man, and try to go at the head of the snake. Well, it didn't really go so well, you know, because he winded up losing that lawsuit. You know what I mean? So he lost overall all the way around. And I don't understand what's wrong with this man, because you trying to sue them folks for the wrong reason. You trying to sue them over them buying bots to blow that song Not Like Us up. You know damn well, Drake, that they be blowing your songs up too with bots. So what's really going on? What are you really doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't get it, man. So, like I said, him losing to Kendrick Lamar in that battle really hurt his ego, man. A lot of people would say Drake won, and he still is one of the biggest artists. He's still going on tour and doing things of that nature. So how did he lose or whatever? He still got the girls and this, that, and the third. I get it. To be honest, that was a rap battle that should have happened a long time ago. But these two dudes are in two different, totally different lanes, man. Drake is for the women. Kendrick is for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Uplifting people, doing positive things. Drake is straight thought it out. You know what I'm saying? Drake is straight thought it out. You feel me? So I don't even know why this took place or whatever, but you know, egos clash and people want to be the best, right? So I believe it just had to happen, you know what I mean? But they both great in their own right. I'm not here to say who's better than who, man. They both great in their own right. Now, dig, 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 you feel me? I'm talking about, we got the black and white chessboard pattern on his clothing, all right? Now, these folks wear it on their clothes. These folks put it in their music videos. These folks are in pictures standing on top of it, you know what I mean? They have photos of them playing chess, you know what I'm saying? It can come any type of way when you see this pattern right here. And why does it have so much symbolic meaning for this platform? Well, it shows that these folks are into the occult, and these folks are all about learning that secret knowledge, and that they have been initiated in some way, shape, or form, and that these folks do rituals and sacrifices on top of these patterns right here, all right? It also symbolizes the dualistic mind, all right, in the separation of the mind, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. Spirit is the white and matter is the dark. Also the black cube of Saturn, okay? Now, like I said, when he came out with that album called If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, and he had a lot of 666 on that album, right? He's talking about Saturn, man. Like I said, if you look at, I believe, the North Pole of Saturn, it has the hexagon, and the hexagon has 6 sides to it. All right. So what else could he be talking about? Because God up in heaven doesn't have anything to do with this. So what else could this man have been talking about, ladies and gentlemen? I don't believe that he was talking about God up in heaven. Which God is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I believe he was talking about the lesser God, the lower God, Lucifer, the light bringer, the light bearer. All right. These folks are Luciferians, man. They worship the dark side. They are inverted. They live backwards. That's why they have this thing called backmasking, and they put these messages into the songs, and you just don't know why it's so catchy, right? Now, owl symbolism. Let's break down the owl symbolism, all right? Now, owl symbolism has wisdom and knowledge, the unknown, the crone, death and rebirth. We talk about death and rebirth on this platform so much, man. We're going to get into it a whole lot, man. The more videos that I put out, these folks do rebirth rituals like it's just a thing to do. And you got to understand why they do it. It's because it's all about transformation, ladies and gentlemen. That's why these folks have to evolve. They have to transform. They have to be different. They have to move with the times. They have to talk about certain things, all right, that they didn't used to talk about before. Now, like I just talked about, transformation and change, right? Clairvoyance, the subconscious. Ooh-wee. They love to plant things and images and song lyrics and things into the subconscious of the children, all right? Intuition, protection, and guidance, ladies and gentlemen. So that's just a deeper breakdown of owl symbolism, you know what I mean? Because, of course, it's about transformation. Of course, it's about the occult and hidden knowledge. But to understand that's really what it's all about right here, we're pretty much let you know, like, damn, that's why he has his logo as the owl. All right, let's get into it a little bit more. All right, in the occult, the owl symbolizes a wide range of concepts, including wisdom, foresight, and secrecy. Ooh, yeah, that's secrecy, right? That's what these folks is all about, right? As well as death, transformation, once again, and the night, man. A lot of this stuff goes down in the night. A lot of this stuff goes down in the dark. A lot of this stuff goes down behind closed doors, man. And these folks love to be secretive about it. And you won't hear about the crazy things that these folks do until 15, 20, 30 years later. Like, there'll be hints and there will be some clues and breadcrumbs that'll come out here and there. There will be videos that come out, like when Drake had that underage girl that was like 17 on stage and he doing all this crazy stuff to her or whatever, talking about, oh man, you gonna get me in trouble, I'm gonna go to jail. Nobody made you do that, Drake. Nobody told you to bring her up there in the first place, Drake. Nobody told you to grope her like that, Drake, and groom her like that, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told you to do that. You did that on your own recognizance, all right? Now, association with magic. Due to their nocturnal nature and ability to navigate the darkness, owls are often associated with mystery, magic, and the unknown. And I wanted to throw something out there too. Y'all know that Cat Williams has an owl right in the middle of his chin. So the next time that you look up a photo of him doing an interview or doing whatever it is that he does, on stage performing, make sure that you look at the middle of his chin. I mean, he briefly speaks about it too in an interview when he was doing an interview for a movie or whatever that he had just did. And he basically just said it's about secret knowledge. And then he wears a compass on his pendant on his necklace that has, complete reference to what these folks call I'm a traveler. That's a saying in the Illuminati. All right, I'm a traveler. I'm a traveling man. Okay, now like I told y'all, man, the big three monotheistic religions lead to Saturn, all right, from Christianity to Jewish, you know what I'm saying, the Star of David, you know what I mean, the Mecca, even the crescent moon equals Saturn, all right? So you gotta understand, when these folks look up at the sky and they do their astrology, right, and their zodiac signs and all this crap, and they looking at the moon and it's a crescent moon and it has that star not too far away from it, that's symbolizing Saturn. Okay, the Greek symbol, going all the way back to the Greeks. All right, and the cross folds into a cube. All right, it's everywhere, man. You just gotta want to see it. Now that's going to be doing for today's breakdown, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy Black Mirrors coming at you with another installment of Black Mirrors TV, man. Y'all know what to do until next time. But if you don't, y'all stay humble, y'all stay hungry, man, and I'm out.